Imagine a nation nestled in the heart of the Pacific Ocean, with a history rich in culture, a land full of vibrant people, and a strong Christian foundation. But what if I told you this nation, the Philippines, might hold a deeper connection to the Bible and biblical prophecies than most people realize? While we often think of biblical lands as those in the Middle East, Africa, or Europe, the Philippines, thousands of miles away from these regions, could be a key player in God's divine plan, revealed through ancient scripture. Are the Philippines more than just a beautiful tropical paradise with its sunny beaches and stunning landscapes? Could this nation, with a history deeply rooted in Christianity, have a connection to events and prophecies foretold in the Bible? In this video, we'll unravel these hidden connections and explore the fascinating role the Philippines may play in the fulfillment of biblical prophecy. Before we dive into this intriguing subject, make sure you hit that like button, leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting discoveries like this one. Let's uncover the secrets together. Now, let's start by laying down the foundation of where all nations, including the Philippines, may have originated from. According to the Bible, after the great flood that wiped out civilization, Noah's 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, became the ancestors of all the nations that repopulate the earth. This momentous event, described in the book of Genesis, marked the beginning of new civilizations, each one spreading out into different regions. In Genesis chapter 9 verses 18 to 19, we read, "The sons of Noah who came out of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. From these 3 the whole earth was populated. Each son was assigned a particular geographical domain, and the Bible goes on to describe the descendants of each son and their corresponding nations. Shem is traditionally associated with the Semitic peoples who settled in the Middle East, including the Hebrews or Israelites, Arabs, and other ancient peoples in that region. Ham is traditionally connected with the descendants of the African continent, including ancient Egyptians, Cushites or Ethiopians, and other peoples in Africa. Japheth, however, is often linked with the nations and peoples who ventured far to the east and west, Europeans, the people of the ancient Scythians, and potentially even those who traveled to the islands of the Pacific. It's in this final lineage, Japheth, that we might find an unexpected connection to the Philippines. Japheth's descendants are described in Genesis chapter 10 verse 2 to 5, where they are referred to as the sons of Japheth. The Bible mentions the Isles of the Gentiles as part of his inheritance. These isles could refer to lands that were far from the Middle East, perhaps even including the Pacific Islands, where the Philippines is located. The phrase, the Isles of the Gentiles, is a key clue. These islands, mentioned in Genesis chapter 10 verse 5, are widely believed to refer to distant lands across the sea. While the specific isles are not named in the Bible, scholars and theologians speculate that they include islands in the Pacific Ocean, such as the Philippines, given its location in the easternmost part of the world, directly across from the Middle East. Japheth's descendants are often linked to those who migrated across the seas. This is evident in many ancient migration patterns where seafaring people spread out from their homeland to populate distant regions. Could the ancestors of the Filipinos be part of this migratory wave from Japheth's line, spreading across the seas to the islands of the Pacific? Let's take a closer look at one of the most intriguing parts of this theory, the potential connection between the Philippines and biblical prophecies. In Isaiah chapter 42 verse 4, we find a fascinating reference to the islands of the sea. He will not falter or be discouraged till he establishes justice on earth. In his law, the islands will put their hope. This prophetic verse speaks of God's divine plan, where nations spread across the sea will ultimately place their trust and hope in God's justice. While this verse could be interpreted in various ways, many theologians suggest that the islands referenced here could be those located in the Pacific, which, as mentioned earlier, includes the Philippines. The Bible often uses islands or coasts symbolically to refer to nations that are far removed from Israel and the known world at that time. The Philippines, being an archipelago with numerous islands in the Pacific, could be one of those islands specifically referenced here. The prophecy suggests that these islands would eventually become places where God's law and justice are revered and followed. The Philippines has a predominantly Christian population, making it the largest Christian nation in Asia. This is significant, as the Philippines stands as a beacon of Christianity in the East, playing a pivotal role in the spread of the gospel throughout Southeast Asia and the Pacific. Could this prophetic island of the seas be fulfilled through the Philippines? The nation has long been seen as a missionary hub, with Filipino Christians actively spreading the gospel to other parts of Asia and even further beyond. The Philippines might be fulfilling or could eventually fulfill this divine purpose of spreading hope, justice, and the Christian faith in the East, as prophesied in Isaiah. Let's take a deeper look at the name Philippines itself. While the name was officially given by the Spanish in honor of King Philip II, it is interesting to note that there could be a deeper, more symbolic connection to the biblical Philistines. The Philistines are mentioned frequently in the Bible, particularly in relation to their conflicts with the Israelites. They were a seafaring people known for their maritime skills, and they settled along the Mediterranean coast. The Philistines are often seen as an ancient, powerful people with great influence, especially during the time of King David. While the Philippines and the Philistines are not geographically related, the very name Philippines could be an interesting linguistic coincidence. Could it be a divine hint or prophecy? The Philistines were a significant group in biblical history, and their name has survived through the ages in the modern name of the Philippines. While the connection is speculative, it's intriguing to think that the name could be a subtle, prophetic clue pointing to the Philippines' future role in the divine plan. The Philistines were also known for their seafaring ways, and the Philippines is, of course, an archipelago of islands, known for its maritime culture. This connection is purely speculative, but the similarities between the ancient Philistines and the modern-day Filipinos' connection to the sea could be seen as a potential link to the past. As we delve deeper into biblical prophecy, many believers have speculated that the Philippines might play a crucial role in the last days, particularly in the final events described in the book of Revelation. Revelation chapter 16 verse 12 mentions the kings of the east, with the following passage: "The sixth angel poured out his bowl on the great river Euphrates, and its water was dried up to prepare the way for the kings from the east." Some interpretations of this passage suggest that the kings of the east could refer to nations located in the eastern parts of the world. The Philippines, being one of the easternmost nations relative to Israel, could potentially be part of this kingdom. While the exact identity of these kings is still debated, it's not far-fetched to think that a nation like the Philippines, with its significant Christian population and strategic location, could play a part in the final gathering of nations as foretold in Revelation. The Philippines has long been a center for Christian missionary activity, and many Filipinos are involved in spreading the gospel to neighboring countries and even across the world. As a predominantly Christian nation in Asia, the Philippines is a powerful force for Christian evangelism in the Pacific region. Could the Philippines be one of the nations that will lead the charge in spreading the gospel in the last days, aligning with Revelation 14 verse 6? Which speaks of an angel flying over the earth preaching the gospel to every nation, tribe, language, and people? The Philippines may not be explicitly mentioned in the Bible, but when we examine the prophecies and connections we've discussed, it's clear that this island nation could have a significant role in God's divine plan. From its possible connection to Japheth's descendants and the Isles of the Gentiles to its potential fulfillment of biblical prophecies about the islands of the sea, the Philippines may be part of a much larger picture in the Bible's narrative. Is the Philippines truly a key player in biblical prophecy? Only time will tell. But as the nation continues to grow in faith, spread the gospel, and hold strong to its Christian heritage, it's worth considering the possibility that the Philippines has a much deeper, divine purpose that aligns with biblical events and prophecies. What do you think? Could the Philippines play a pivotal role in the final days, or is it just a coincidence? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If you found this video fascinating, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting insights into biblical mysteries and historical revelations. See you in the next video.